The first thing I want to do is I'm going to take a look at my original artwork. I think I got the opacity turned down on it, so let's pick that back up. Let's look at some colors we need. I think we're gonna take this pink about right there, and we're just gonna color the whole thing with that color for right now. So what I want to do is I want to create a new layer, and then we're going to use the vector brush. We got that pink, and I'm going to take the opacity down on this again. Go back to this. We're on our clear layer. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and just color everything, and I'm going to do this by hand so it will maintain a vector layer. Alright, so we can probably make this brush a lot bigger than that. Bring that up. There we go. I'm just going to color everything in. And be careful around the edges here. I think I hit a wrong button. There we go. Alright. Now let's get doing this. Making sure I'm getting all the little edges here. So I'm wondering if I take my paint bucket tool. Yeah, it's just gonna fill everything because I don't think you can set a reference like you do in Procreate, so from lack of knowledge of how to use this program, I'm just going to continue on painting it like I was doing before. It won't take that long. I'd like to use the paint bucket tool, but since this coloring is on a separate layer, just because I'm going to fill the whole screen. So we'll just keep doing it like this for now. Maybe I should go around the edges with this smaller brush and then come back in with the bigger one for the middle part. Might be a good idea. Alright. And I'll get this. Okay. And maybe the face over here. All right, and Alright, I pretty much got all the edges in. I'm just going to make my brush bigger now. Let me just get this middle part. Here we go. Alright, so we got all our little piggy filled in. And that pink is on a separate layer. I'm going to make sure I get under these eyes right here. Probably don't matter, but at least I'll know that the full thing is filled in. Alright, now let's get our next color. So I'm going to check out my original picture here and we'll jack that up. I'm going to turn off the color layer for right now. So I'm going to hide it. Alright, here we go. And now, let me pick the next color. I think I'll just concentrate on the head right now. So I'm going to pick this more darker color. And I think I'll just I'm thinking if I should just do it on the same layer. I don't want to do that. Put that above there. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just continue putting this on the same layer. There's no like clipping mask or anything like that I know about, so I have to look into that a little bit later. But for right now, I'm just going to continue doing our coloring. So on top of this pink layer we just put in, I'm going to turn down my original artwork. I'm going to turn the opacity down a bit so I can see what I'm drawing on. And we're just going to go on top of this layer here. We're going to turn it back on. Show layer. Alright, let's see what happens if I... Well, that's too big. I'll take the brush way down. Okay, I can see it, so we'll just leave it like that for now. Alright, and then this is going to go all the way over to here, and then it's going to come right there. So that little connect out with that, and then we're going to come down right there. Alright, and then over. All this side is going to be in this darker color, but not the ear. So we'll take it along the ear right there, and then you can see right here it comes all the way to there. So actually we probably could, but you know what, I'm gonna not do that. I'm gonna just take it like that. Okay, and then it's like that. Okay. And all the way up to there. Alright, then we got this point here. I'm not worried about it being perfectly like my original. It's close enough, it's fine. Right. Right here. Alright, and then we'll take it all the way around to there. To right there, and then we'll meet up with this one here. Alright, so we got the outline done. Now just fill it all in. No, that wasn't right. So it goes on the outside here. Okay, and maybe I'll make my brush a little bigger. So for those of you who didn't see the other streams, what I'm doing is I'm creating, or not recreating, I've already made this artwork in Procreate. But Procreate is a raster graphics program. So it makes art by pixels. Therefore, if you try to zoom in really far, where you need this artwork for printing on maybe a lot of different kinds of products like t-shirts or mugs or stickers, so all of those things are going to be different sizes. If you have a raster graphic that resizing creates a problem sometimes, especially if you need to zoom in really far. You're going to start seeing the pixels, pixelated stuff. So that's the reason I'm using Adobe Fresco, so I can create raster graphics, which, I'm sorry, vector graphics, so that it doesn't matter how much we resize it or shrink it or make it bigger, it's always going to be nice and crisp. So that's why I'm redrawing this in Fresco. And I don't know a lot about Fresco. I'm very new to Fresco. But so far I'm liking it a lot. So I don't know about you guys, but if you've ever used Adobe Illustrator, I tried to use it before and the pen tool just killed me. I just couldn't get the hang of it. So then in comes Adobe Fresco to save the day by you being able to draw naturally using a vector pen and making vector graphics just by drawing. So it's really cool. I'm really enjoying it. Alright, let's see. I got that left side of the face done. I'm gonna bring up the opacity of my original and see. I don't think there's any other color like that on the face. So I think I'm done with that, but I'll take this color right here and we'll do that. And I'm gonna take the opacity down again on my original, just so I can barely see where that's at. We'll go back to our vector layer here. Let me close that out, and then I want to do this I think that's about it. It's kind of hard to see. I think I got it. Okay, so that part's done. Let me see what else. And turn this original back up again. Maybe we'll do the nose. This darker pink. So I'm gonna turn my opacity down again. And then we're going to close that and make sure we're back on our raster layer. Alright, I'm going to try to do this pink nose part. Yep, that's fine. Okay, and we're gonna overlap it some, but we'll go back over the top of that later on. All right, I think I got that pink part done. All right, let me go back to our original again here. And let's do these little accent lines right here. I'm gonna pick that color, okay? And then same routine, back down with the opacity on the original, and then make sure we're on our raster layer again. Well, I keep saying raster, on our vector layer again. And now we're gonna do this. That's too thick. All right, let me take the brush size down. Here we go. Yep. That's good. Okay, let's do these eye parts right here. Okay. Do this one here. Yep. Looking good. Okay, so I think that is all for that color, maybe. Turn my original back up. Okay, let's do this nose hole thing here. So I'm going to take this darker color first. I'm going to take the opacity back down, close it out, go back to our vector layer, and now I'm going to do this, so the upper portions of the nose holes. Just like that. We'll just fill these in. There we go. So we got that one in. Let's go ahead and do this one over here on this side. And I think it's just maybe that. I think that's right. Okay. I think that's good. All right, back to the original. Crank that up. And let's do this white portion under the nose. All right, so we're going to take that back down again. Go back to our vector layer. And do this white part here. It's going to overlap. I think we're good, yeah. All right. I'm just looking on my other screen here and noticing that the camera doesn't look too good. It's kind of blown out, too much white. So I'm going to turn the room lights down and see if that fixes the problem. Takes a little while to catch up. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I think it looks good. All right. All right, let's look at our original layer again. Okay. Let's see here. Maybe we'll do this darker color right here. So we're gonna have it on both sides of the mouth. All right, so yeah, I think that's good. And that meets, it's going to meet up with that black line there. I don't like that. Okay, we'll just leave it like that. Okay, and then this side of the mouth here is also that darker. Here we go. I'm going to try to match this a little bit better. Here we go. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so we got that part done. Alright, what else? Take that back up. Okay, we can get this kind of highlight right here on the left side of the nose. Not a highlight, it's kind of a shadow in a way. So right there, we're going to go back to this. And then I'm going to try to do this. Okay, and then maybe trying to match that better. And that right there. Probably this inside part. Yep, right there. I think it's fine. Let's look. No, I'm going to take that back off. All right. Let me see how that looks. I'm going to turn our original off. Yep, I like it. It's looking real good. Okay, now I'm going to do that white part on the nose. So let me turn this layer back on. And then we'll turn the opacity back up. And then this white line right there, we're going to put that in, and then we'll be pretty much finished with the nose. Take the opacity down. Go back over the top of it. And see if I can get this. I think it comes about right there. I think that is good. Maybe there's got a gap right here. Is that good? Let me turn off the original layer and see. Yeah, that's fine. Just perfect. Alright, so let's do, maybe I'm going to do the tongue next. Let me show the layer again. And we'll take the opacity back up. Alright, so we're going to have this dark part right here. So I guess I'll do it first. Close that, go back to our vector layer, and I'm going to put this part in. All right. I think that's fine. And then the bottom portion of that tongue. I had kind of a gradient, but not sure how to do that in Fresco, so I am just going to paint it this solid color. And I already basically know where it's at, so it's just the bottom portion of that. Yep. And then I got this one little piece right here that's, I think that's it. Okay, let's take a look at that with this layer turned off. Yep, I think it looks fine. You can see the tongue right there. Okay, what else? Let's do the insides of the ears next. So I'm going to turn that layer back on, and then we're going to bring up the opacity on it. And looks like we got like a little square down here, or a little triangle piece that's just trying to remember where it's at, going back to that, and then we're just going to do that piece. I think that's good. Alright. Okay, go back to this one again, bring up, we're gonna take that color right there, and we do that part next. Right, we're gonna have just like that. I think that's okay. All right. All right, I'm going to turn off this original layer and see what that looks like. So, hide layer. Yep, looks fine. I might can fix some of this. I see a little pink part I missed. Can make these lines a little straighter. Yeah, that's better. All right. Maybe this. All right. And then let me pick this pink color again and let's fix that. There we go. All right, I think this ear is finished on the inside there. I think I got some white part on top. Show the layer. Yep. Doesn't look different at all. So what we'll do now is we'll take this white part here. And then go back to our vector layer. And then we'll do this. Okay. Right there. I'm not sure where. All right, so it wraps all the way around. I think our music ended. All right, let me fix this music. Here we go. All right, let me finish doing this white part here. All right. I don't know why I'm gonna try something. I don't like the way the video's looking. It's looking not good at all. So maybe we need to go into settings and turn down the brightness. Display and brightness. We'll take that down some and let's see if that improves our video quality. think it did. Probably need to fix my phone some way to get it, yeah, it looks a little better. Still looks very blown out. What if I turn the room lights on? See if that makes it any better. Yeah, it kind of does make it a little better, although I have a very bright glare here on the bottom. I think that's good though. I'm going to leave the room lights on. Okay, so I'm going to bring up the opacity on my original again. And that all looks good. Let me see. So let's do the inside of this ear over here. So I'm going to take that color, turn the opacity down again, go back to our color layer, and let's do this dark part right here. So all of this all the way to there. To there. All right. Okay, get all that in, and I want to make this point here a little bit better. So let's make straighten that curve out a bit. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, now let me turn off my original. So we'll click on that and hit hide layer. Yeah, it looks good. Alright, so now we gotta do the inside part right here. And that inside part, did I color the wrong part? I might have colored the wrong part. We'll see. Nope, it's fine. Didn't want to do that. Yeah, I did. I thought so. So it don't really matter. I'm just going to go ahead and color all this in. So I need to get that darker part now. Or was that the darker part? Let me see. I think I gotta get this part. Let me see. Yeah. Fix this curve. All right, and that. All right, very good. Okay, let's turn off the original. We'll disable that layer or hide it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I think we're almost done with the head. The only thing I have to do is the eyes. And the only way I'm gonna see that is if I drag this black layer down. So now we're gonna turn this. Alright, so we need these little white circles. So we're just going to take that white right there. We'll take the opacity down. And then we need to do this. I think I'm going to start a new layer on top of that. And now we're going to do this white part here. Okay, and then we have like a well, that jumped quite a bit, so I'm gonna draw that again. All right, well, that's good. We'll do this one over here now. All right. I don't know why it jumps like that sometimes. All right. Okay. Yep, that looks good. Now we're gonna do that colored part in the eye. So show that one, we're gonna turn the opacity back up. And we're gonna get this kind of brownish color, I guess. Okay, let me turn that down. And it's on that layer. So do that little color strip there, and we'll do that one. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the original. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay, so we got the head completed, all done. Let's move down to the body now. And this shouldn't take too long. Okay, so show the original. Go all the way up, and let's do this darker part first, I guess. It's quite big. Turn that down, and we will do it on this original layer that we were working with. So I'm going to do this. Do that much, and then probably fix this point here. That's good. Alright, and then I'll turn my brush up a bit. Not smoothing. Brush size. There we go. It's kind of big. I think I made it too big, so I'm going to turn it back down some. Here we go. Don't like that. Okay. Yep. All right, and let's do So I did go to the edge over there. Looks like I got a gap right there. We'll see how that looks later. I'm going to come to there. I'm going to bring it up. Like that. All right. I think that's good. Now let's just fill in all of this. So again, I'm going to get these edges first. And then we'll make the brush bigger. I don't like that. Okay. Alright, now I'm gonna do my brush bigger. Let's see if we get all this middle part in now. I think that's good. Okay, let me turn off the original. So we'll disable it or hide it. And let's see what we missed here. So I think everything looks good except for right here. No. Make that brush smaller. We go a little bit here. Alright, that's good enough. Okay, so we got that shadow part in. Let me check out our original. Hey Debbie! I missed you. I haven't seen you in a long time. "6 a.m. there. Wow. Sorry. It is 9 o'clock here." Yeah, you should try out Adobe Fresco. I mean, it's free. It costs nothing to try out. So, and if you want to do some stickers and stuff like that, it makes it really convenient, especially creating the vector art here. Alright, let me see. Let's take up the opacity and see what we need to color here. So I think I'm going to get this all that pink part's already done, so we need to do this white part here. Gonna get that part done now. And let's turn our opacity down. I don't think it's too difficult to learn. So the main thing, Debbie, what you got to understand is the 3 different types of brushes, because whenever you use a different brush, it's going to create a new layer for that type of art only. So you can mix raster graphics and vector graphics, but I wouldn't see a reason why you need to do that. So this top brush here is the raster graphics brush, so it's just like Procreate. And the second brush here is called the live brush. So what that does, it's kind of like the water brush or the oil paint brush, and it bleeds like a real... Let me create a new layer. I'll show you what I mean by it. So I'm gonna start a new layer here, and I'll just do it over here on the side of the pig. We'll choose a color here. Let me do a darker blue. And I'm going to go to that. We got a watercolor brush selected here. Now watch this. It keeps moving after you pick your pen up. So it's kind of bleeding in like a real watercolor brush. And you can add the water flow. If you want it really bleeding, you can take the water all the way up to 100%. And now when you do it, it's gonna really spread out. So I think it's really cool to experiment. I haven't experimented with it yet, but it looks pretty cool. And then the third brush here is the vector brush, so that's the only one I'm using, really. And you can see that when the layer created this watercolor, you can see the little symbol here is different. So it has a round little icon for a vector layer, so you can see my line art, my coloring is all of these are on vector. The picture little thing here is the original print that I brought in, and then that's the background layer, which I'm not gonna save. But anyway, be fun to try out. I'm gonna delete that layer there. And we're going to go back to our coloring layer, and I'm going to try to put this white part in here. So let me... There's still a lot, Debbie, that I don't know about it. Yeah, it does look just like watercolors. It's really cool. And then they got some paint brushes like that too, and you can kind of move the paint around like it's really real paint. So it's worth checking out, I think. A lot of the functions are just like Procreate, so it won't be trying to learn something totally different. The two fingers, undo, and all that's still the same. But there are a lot of cool tutorials online. I don't see too many people using it. So, but for making this vector art, I'd much rather use this than trying to use that pen tool on Adobe Illustrator. That's just impossible for me. Alright, I'm going to take the opacity down on this original, go back to my color layer. Oh, I still got my watercolor brush on. No! Vector brush. Alright. I think I'm good. So Debbie, on the free version, you basically can do everything that you can with the paid version. The paid version, the only thing it really gives you is more storage, and it also gives you the ability to import custom brushes, so you could probably pull in your Procreate brushes if you paid. And it's cheap. It's like, I think it's like $9 for a whole year. So, very cheap. The only problem that I found with it is if you want to export your artwork, most of these print-on-demand sites would probably use the SVG file format that Illustrator makes. Although, you cannot export an SVG. The only thing that you can export in is, what is it? I'm drawing a blank here. The Adobe format. What is that called? Let me see the share thing here. Share. Export as. So PDF, that's what I was thinking of. So you can export it in a PDF, which maintains the vector format. But if the site that you're uploading it to only takes SVG, you're going to need to put it into Illustrator first. So that's going to cost more. If you want the Illustrator and the Adobe Fresco pair for a year, it's like $80 for the whole year. So that's one thing that I found that might not be so good. You always hated that pen tool. Yeah, I know. I've tried so hard to learn how to use that thing, and I just never could get it. So this program comes along and it's like, oh, wait a minute. I might can do vector graphics now. Alright, this part right here is going to be a lighter color. I guess if I start doing a lot of stickers, I'll probably go ahead and pay. I think that's already the same color pink. Unless. Yeah, it's already that color. If I start making a lot of stickers, I'll probably go ahead and pay for it, because it will be worth it. Alright, what am I missing here? I think Something happened. There it is. I erased my original sketch some way. So 2-finger undoes everything just like in Procreate. Alright, let me... I'm confusing myself a little bit. Alright, so it's this darker part that I need. Okay. Alright, now... Probably should be doing these on separate layers. It would make my life so much easier. Just trying to do all the colors on one layer is probably not a good idea. Because you have these kind of ugly... That's fine. And then this inside here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do a new layer. So I'll do one under my colors. Yeah. Alright, and then we'll just do this part. How come I can't see it? I know why. Because that was already colored in. Alright, so that's not going to work. I'm going to get rid of this layer. Alright, so I'll just go back to the way I was doing it, right over the top of it. See, that's awesome, Debbie. I would love to have something. Maybe there might be another way for me to do it. I'm just going to have to research it and find out if there's a way I can do that. So I looked into seeing if I could convert a PDF to an SVG, and it's just it does it, but you lose the vector part of it. So I don't know, some of these print-on-demand sites might accept PDFs. If it does, then that's going to make life easier. I'll just have to check out what formats they need. So I was thinking about opening a, since I got monetized, anyway, the first layer of monetization, they let you open up YouTube stores. So you have to like connect a print-on-demand service with your YouTube. So I have to see that print-on-demand service, what formats that they need to be uploaded in. What's cool about it though is I can just do this one time as a vector, and then whatever product the people want, whether it be a sticker, small as a sticker or as big as a t-shirt or a wall print, the vector can handle all of those. Debbie, do you have like a what do they call a Cricut stick cutting machine? Oh, that's good. If you have the old versions of it, then yeah, you could still do it. I wonder if I could get an old version. I know they used to have that one version of the Adobe program called CC. And that was before they started the subscription service. If I could get a copy of Adobe Illustrator CC, that would solve all my problems. Because right now that subscription service is just way too expensive for me, for Adobe. Silhouette. Ah, yeah, I read about the silhouettes. Some people say silhouettes are better than crickets. I think depending on which one you get, they're cheaper. I think that's good. Yeah, that's a good idea, Debbie, actually. I made a bunch of stickers, but I printed them on regular sticker paper. But I think they turned out cute. I was going to, I'll show you some. I was going to, let me get it where the light can see it good, to give these to the people who join the Patreon on the highest level. I was going to send them some stickers for free. I did this owl. I did this dog. I did a hedgehog. Penguin. A seal and a fish. And of course the pig that I'm doing now. So I printed this one up as a raster graphics. I did a bat. What else? Cat. So all, how many do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different kinds. Right now I'm working on some more. Oh, I got a bear too. This one. So, and I just printed these off on my printer on regular sticker paper. So they're not vinyl, but they're stickers, but paper stickers. Thank you. I appreciate that, Debbie. So I think some people like vinyl stickers better. So that's why I was looking into that print on demand service. All right. Let's see what I got here. All right. I need to get this left side of him. That's definitely a different color over there. Thank you, Debbie. You're so kind. I worked on those past couple of weeks. When I'm watching YouTube, I just like to do something else while I'm watching YouTube. So that's what I usually do, is start coming up with some sticker ideas. Okay, and then we have a dark part. Right. Sometimes I'm unable to see where my color picker is at. Okay, I am going to... Oops, that went way too big. No, I went over. I think my brush is too big. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, I know, Debbie. That's what I was thinking. I looked. They've got some used ones on eBay, so I don't know if that would be a good idea or not. I'm really wary about buying used things. Do I have this? I don't. Okay, I need to do this different color right here. Maybe that much. It's getting muddy now. I can't really see what I'm doing. Let me hide that. Okay. I'm gonna do that again. So I think it's just something like that. I'll fix the messed up parts. Here we go. And let me erase. Oh no, that's the pink color. Okay, to undo that, I'll just go back over it with this pink. Hey. And too big. I think that's good. All right. See, me and you are the opposite, Debbie. I tried some realistic art the other day for the, well, not for the first time, but I'll show you what I did. So I follow one of James Julier, I think that's his name's tutorials, and I was like really pleasantly surprised the way it came out. This. After I did it, I was like, I didn't even know I could do that. So I was really surprised how it came out. The thing I see some of these people doing, like they have an idea what they're gonna do, but they just start laying down colors. And it's, I guess I'm just so structured with the cartoon style that it's really difficult for me, or I just don't have the hang or the concept of it. But I'd like to learn how to do it, but just putting down shades of colors just here and there, and then something suddenly appears out of it. That's really a cool talent for me. So I'm gonna probably keep practicing. Yeah, his tutorial was really easy to follow, so I was really pleasantly surprised that I could do this. I didn't even know I could do this, but now that kind of gave me some confidence. So this was something that I was doing the other day, and I was watching a guy just laying down colors, but mine, yeah, it didn't turn out so well. I know if I work on it more and put in some more details, it'd probably start to appear something nice, but yeah, it's like magical. And this was another one I was trying to attempt, but just didn't work out too good. Now I did follow one of Nikolai, I don't know, is Iverston or something like that. Yeah, I was doing this one too. I like horror stuff, so I was just doing it painterly style, just putting down colors and trying to get something out of it. And it started to come out. Probably if I work on it more. Yeah, the cartoon art is, I mean, that's kind of how I grew up, reading comic books. So that's how I've always drawn. I've never, so that's the thing. I've always illustrated. I've never painted. So doing painting styles is not, it's not normal for me. So it's very awkward. But one, I don't know if I've still got that. I followed a painting tutorial by, I think his name was Nikolai Iverston or something like that. I bought his tutorial, and it was called Jump. Where is it? I have no idea where I've got it. Not there. Is it in my characters? Maybe a long time ago. Yeah, I'm not sure where it's at. This was done paint style. So I think that one turned out okay. This is a mythical creature from the Philippines. And then this one also kind of paint style. Did that one quite a while ago. So though I can do it, it just takes really a long time to do for me. This one also was done kind of painterly style. So I can do it. It's just it takes me like days and days working on it to get it like that. Where cartoons I can bang out some really nice looking things in a couple of hours. Yeah, I don't know what I did with that, Debbie. I don't know what. Maybe in landscapes? Oh, here's one I did that was painterly style. Well, it's kind of a mix in a way, I guess. That took me, I think, a week to finish. So that was one that I'm really proud of. This was another one that I did that I'm really proud of. This one took about a week too. And let me see. I found that one I was looking for. This one was done using a paint style and just throwing down colors. But I had a tutorial to follow though, so I mean if I was trying to do this by myself, I don't think it would end up like that. But it was very fun to do. But yeah, this is the kind of thing that I would like to learn how to do. So everything else is pretty much drawing. This one turned out pretty good. The mountains turned out pretty good. I got tired of doing this one and just stopped. Maybe I'll go back to it. I also did a lot of these wall prints that I was planning on selling, but after I learned that the raster graphics. If you make these big, they're gonna look not good. So I kind of gave up on those. So maybe I'll go back to them someday. Yeah, it's funny. I wish we could trade. Give me the part that you know about painting, and I'll give you the part I know about cartoons. That would be nice. Alright, I'm going to get all these dark reddish parts in. And make my brush bigger now. It's funny, Debbie, that when I was younger, I used to draw all of the time. I even won some contests and stuff, but I gave it up. I didn't draw for probably 30 or so years. And I've only picked this back up again about 3 years ago. So I still had the skill, but I just let it go because I just couldn't see the point in it, basically. But the YouTube channel kind of renewed my interest. So it's probably what keeps me drawing every day is the YouTube channel. Yeah, that's the thing I have trouble with, letting myself go. That's cool. So that reminds me of something. So I'm a teacher here in Japan, and we were doing a lesson the other day on something called yarn bombing. I'd never even heard of it. But basically what people do is they knit this yarn jacket and they put it on things around town. So it's kind of like graffiti in a way, but it's using yarn. So they'll cover, like, they'll put monster feet on park benches, or they'll cover fire hydrants or the things that you tie up your bicycle to, and cover them with little yarn patterns. So it sounds like you're doing that with little rocks, putting them around town. That's a cool idea, though. That sounds fun. I might do that. But you know what? They just find a rock that's painted, and they'd probably just leave it there and think, oh, that's cool. They probably wouldn't wonder who did it. Alright, I think I need to do this pink part here on the other side of the foot. I went over. Oh, you have done that. Oh, that's cool. I always thought the monster feet on the park benches was so cute. You probably get in trouble over here in Japan doing that. Alright, I think I'm coming to an end here finally. I thought I did this dark color on that side already. It don't look like I did. Oh no, they want to know who did the rocks. What, how did they, like, ask, or how did they try to find out who did the rocks? Did they put a post in the newspaper or something? Like, who's making these rocks around town? I think I got that pink on this side. I know I saw your YouTube site the other day, and I was like shocked about how many subscribers you had. That's amazing. You have like, what was it, 11,000 or something like that? I was amazed. You got a lot of subscribers. Hopefully I can get there someday. I don't have many hobbies other than drawing. Let's see a part I missed here. Ah. So you were kind of promoted by the Silhouette company. That's cool. I think I got everything. Everything except the little pink cheeks. And the little red marks under the eyes. So I'll do that next. I think I'll do it on top. So I'm going to make a new layer. Go back to my original. And sample this color here. Fill that in. And then this one. I don't know how that's gonna look over the top of that shadow. Let me turn off the I don't know if I like that. That's true. Drawing, it never gets old for me. I think I'm gonna undo that one, and I think I'm gonna do it in the two colors because the shadow is gonna make that darker. So the one on the right side I'll leave like it is, and then I'm gonna take this original pink color and do these little circles in the middle of it. So we'll do those, and then this one over here, I'm gonna sample those colors and do it like I did before. Maybe we'll do right over the top of it. Ah. Would you have liked to have that job? Oh, it's still there. I thought I undid it. It's still there. Go away, pink circle. There we go. Oh, that's too bad. Alright, I am going to take this pink and do it maybe on this layer. Brush too big. Yeah. It's one thing about this fresco, it acts strange sometimes. Alright, and then I'll fill this in. Alright, and then this darker color. And finish the circle. I'll do it here. Alright, let me see how that's gonna look. I'll turn off the original. Yep, I like that much better. Little white marks in that one. Maybe when I undid it, I took them out. There was a circle here, one here, maybe there. And then on this side, we had 1, 2. So that one. I think that is it. I think I am finished. Yep. Here we go. The final piggy, all in vector. Now you can see when I zoom in, look at that crisp edge there. Versus oh, I've got it turned off. Show layer. Versus that. You can see all the little pixels. There we go. It is completed. Finally. Thank you, Debbie. You are so sweet. So, I think I am going to stop here. It is 10 o'clock. I gotta eat dinner still, and I gotta get up early in the morning to go work. Debbie, it was so cool chatting with you. Finally, I got to. So I've been waiting for this. I think I'm going to start streaming more often because it's really helping with the watch time. That's all I'm waiting on for the final layer of monetization is I need about 800 watch hours left until I get that 4,000 watch hours that YouTube requires for that final monetization. So that's what I'm working on now. And the 2 live streams that I did 2 or 3 days ago, they really helped with the watch time. It was really high, so I'm gonna keep doing these whenever I have a chance. I'm just gonna jump on and I draw anyway, so I might as well stream it. So thanks so much. I'm really happy to talk with you and hope I will get a chance to talk with you again. You also have a great day, and I will see you next time. Take care.